SpiritLife!
This is Bruce on SpiritLife. Welcome to episode 2 of B.O.W, Bit of Wisdom. Last time we talked about the analogy of trees and people and how it relates to our spiritual walk. This time we're going to focus on wounds. I'm here at C.G. Hill Memorial Park. This tulip poplar is over 500 years old. Sometime before the Revolutionary War, it was struck by lightning, and that allowed a scar to take place up to the side of the tree that you can still see today. But bugs and fungus infested the interior and rotted it out completely. So now it's entirely hollow. This kind of thing actually happens pretty frequently with trees. They can get skint when another tree falls against them, or when people come in with heavy machinery. And if you look on the opposite side of this poplar, you might not know anything was wrong with it. Eventually, if it keeps on living, this gap is going to close back together, and you'd never know it was hollow inside. I think people are similar. We can get wounded emotionally, and on the outside, we might look good, just like how the bark covers up the interior wounds of a tree. But people carry around inner scars, emotional wounds. Regardless if they look really good on the outside, they're hurting deep down. You see, every time we get hurt, it's an opportunity for the devil to lie to us. He'll come in there with spiritual infestation, especially if it happens at a young age. He'll tell us that whatever wound we got was our own fault, and we deserve it. He'll mess with our self-image and self-worth, and he'll tarnish our image of God as a good father. He'll say that God can't really care for us. He doesn't really love us. The devil tricks us into believing that people can't be trusted either, so we develop defense mechanisms to shield us from the pain. We might feel happy and successful sometimes. We might trick other people into thinking we're happy and successful, but deep down, if we're still hollow, just like a tree that's hollow on the inside, one of life's many storms can come right along and break us in two. Some people wear their heart on their sleeve. Others are a little more subtle. But if you look closely, you can tell people's heart weep. Heart weep is a symptom that trees experience when they've been injured. Here's a great example of heart weep. This brownish stuff that's rotting out of the center of the tree isn't actually a liquid that you can touch. It's not like water or some sort of liquid, but it is just the tree rotting out from the inside. And so you can see obviously this big hole, and on the other side of the tree though, it would look normal, like there's nothing wrong with it. I think heart weep is like when people wear their heart on their sleeve. But sometimes people are more subtle, and trees are subtle too, you know. If there's no gaping hole or heart weep, it can be hard to tell if there's been an injury or if they have bad roots. But you can always tell when there's a problem with trees because they'll have bad fruit. I think that we shouldn't go around trying to inspect everybody's fruit. But whenever we show signs of bad fruit, you know, we've got a certain sin or keep acting out, maybe it comes out the most with your spouse. If you're married, you know what I'm talking about. It's like conflict. It could be with roommates or friends. Sometimes these things are only symptoms. They're just the fruit of a deeper problem, an inner wound. I'm a big fan of counseling, and I think we can all benefit from some form of counseling. And like I said last episode, we need each other to help work through our problems. Be sure to subscribe, because next episode of B.O.W, I want to talk about how to actually have a good root system and how to actually tap into a nourishing lifestyle in the Lord. I want to hear your comments too, because I'm really interested to see, have you had conflict with your spouse, or have you had problems that you realize later on were just symptoms of a deeper root issue? I want to hear, how have you worked through some of your wounds? Have friends been able to help you? Counseling? I think even theophostic prayer has its place too, you know. Don't forget to subscribe, comment in the section below, and if you don't mind, give me a like. This is Bruce from Spirit Life.